All right, what up, everybody? This is Virus. I just gotta get the dude in here now. Oh, people, Chucky. Oh, I want to keep hitting that damn button. Hopefully he'll know how to get on here. Shit, I chose the wrong shirt for this. All right. Live chat. I'm gonna have to. All right, there we go. We got you on. Okay. Surprisingly enough, I don't have anybody in the chat yet. I've managed to hit up just about every fucking thing I can.
So, what's going on?
Nothing much right now. I'm really just trying to get this shit posted everywhere. Okay, this thing pissed me off now. So I try to get this shit done. This is why I try to start this at least 10 minutes before an actual interview goes off, because then it's all done and everything is all set up. Eventually, I'm 100% sure eventually people will start coming in to the chat. But damn, you're, like I said earlier on the phone, I won't say you're the second. I mistook myself. I actually interviewed this other dude who's an underground artist. So you're like the third guy I've interviewed who's an actual artist. Everybody else I've done is like a YouTuber or like a friend. So
yeah.
So yeah.
Well, man, I appreciate you guys reaching out to me to do it, man. Anywhere I can campaign myself, that's the way I got to do it.
All right. Honestly, I'll just put it like this. Okay, it's now rolled on to 6 o'clock. Okay, now if nobody actually comes into the chat and has any questions, then the interview will probably be only about in half an hour or somewhere around there. Usually what happens is I usually ask every question I have written down, and then I usually start veering off topic and shit about everything. And usually what happens is I don't usually get a whole hell of a lot of people in during an interview in the chat. So what happens is I'll do an interview, and then the views for it usually go up after I've done the interview. I mean, like the last three or four guys I've interviewed, I wound up getting like 40, 41, 42 views. And that's after I did the interview. That's because
yeah. I mean, but just the same as what we're doing, it's going to take time to build the page up. Right. Later on, once it gets built up and you do more and more interviews over time, the interviews will get seen.
Right. Plus, the channel I'm doing this on now is kind of brand new. I created it yesterday. I had hooked up. I had talked to a new friend of mine, and told him like I thought it'd be a good idea to start up a secondary channel for interviews, for specifically just interviews. So that way, if anybody wants to see the interviews, they don't have to just sit there and look at my main channel for it. They can sit there and be like, "Oh, this dude's got a secondary channel. He's doing all his interviews on. Oh shit!"
Yeah, most definitely.
I'm definitely gonna have to promote that later tonight during my live stream. So yeah, you're officially the first dude to get the initial review on my new channel. So that's always a good thing. I'll just state this: I'm not a big time YouTuber. July 22nd will mark 2 years for me. But I know a lot of people who are big in the YouTube community that could help boost and promote and all that other good shit. Okay, so most of these questions I'm not even going to ask because they're all Juggalo related, and that's because strictly I've been doing a lot of Juggalo related YouTube reviews. I'll have to just throw some questions together. Most of them I can ask you because some of it's about rap and like the rap scene and all that other stuff. So we'll just get this going with okay. I'll start off by asking, how did you get into making music? Like what inspired you the most?
Man, we were always real into music. I've been into music my whole life. My dad's a DJ as well as he had his own radio show here in this, and he always had a room full of just music stacked to the ceiling, tapes, CDs, records, everything. As well as he was a big like Grateful Dead. He was a Deadhead. Okay. So he was always going to their shows and even going out of state, traveling to do music related stuff. And I don't know, I just think it made me have the same interest in doing music when I got older. But we were rapping like back in high school, but not really taking it seriously. We used to have fun with it. As far as getting inspired to actually start doing it, one of my friends came home from prison in like 2006, 7, maybe somewhere around there. And he had some stuff that was really good, like some stuff that he had sat on that he wrote that was really good. And I think at that time is when it inspired to where we actually started trying to figure out ways to record things and actually pursue it from that point.
All right, cool. Let's see what else. Okay, another big question I usually ask is like, okay, you're an artist yourself. What do you feel? What do you actually think about most of the new coming artists that are out there now, the rap scene as of today?
Man, I feel like it's okay. Like I'll be 34 years old here in a couple months. So it's like, you can't expect to, like a 16-year-old artist to be doing like the same things or to want the same things that a 35-year-old artist would want. And, man, there's different genres inside of hip hop. So, man, I say just whatever, comes natural to that person, man, and it's their own original, the way that they do their thing, man. I support that, I support originality and stuff like that, man. you know, my preference of what I listen to and what I gravitate to and what I pick up and listen to, that I buy and, stream and is, you know, a more traditional sound. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I just expect the kids to do what they do, man, and have fun with it, man. And
Right.
If they're doing that, then I support it.
All right. Cool. Let's see. Okay, so you're obviously on YouTube. What actually made you want to be able to, instead of just keeping your music, you're like strictly off of the internet. You're like, I'm pretty sure I'm sure that you've been rapping for a while. I mean, like you said, that you've been into music for a while, and then you eventually picked up and you decided to start doing your own music. What actually got you into wanting to put it out there further by hitting it on putting it up on YouTube?
I mean, YouTube in particular, man, YouTube's just a necessary platform. Everybody goes to YouTube to check out the music and stuff like that. So as soon as we started making actual songs, mixtapes at first, and then albums and EPs, you got to present it, especially independently. You got to present it on every platform. So it's just, a necessary thing to make sure that you post on YouTube. Right. Me as an artist, I've promoted Spotify and other streaming services a bit, probably to where I really should promote YouTube more because so many people really use it.
Right, that is true. Let's see. Okay, I'll ask you, like, are you a fan of any, like, current new talent that's out there? Any current rap artists?
Man, yeah. Like, you mean like, guys that have just recently come out, or
they could have come out like 5 years ago and they're still trying to get it up on the scene. So
definitely, man. I'm fans of plenty of artists that are, local, regional, nationwide. Man, I'm trying to think of how to even answer your question because I listen to a lot of music. I'm trying to think of how to even answer your question. There's lots of stuff that I listen to. I'm trying to think of somebody that's come out more recently that I'm fans of. I tell you what, man. I've been listening to man, a lot, man. I really here lately. I've been trying to stay more local as far as what's going on out here around Indianapolis, as well as I'm touring with the independent label called Sharp Living Entertainment, as well as us. We're touring, and to be honest with you, I've been trying to stay close to like who I'm working with. So I've been listening to a lot of independent projects from them, from guys like M7, stuff like that out there in this area. As far as a little bit bigger, I've been listening to a lot of Detroit rappers, but not so much the Juggalo rappers. I've been listening to Payroll, Giovanni from Detroit a lot, and stuff like that. Is on a bigger scale. I mean, I listen to a lot of West Coast. Yeah.
All right, yeah. Let's see. Okay, again, being an artist, if you could choose, if you had the choice to be able to do a collaboration track, with you and any artist of your choosing, who would you want to do a collaboration with?
Well, see, I had that opportunity when I was dealing with RBC Records, man, and I chose to do a song with E40.
Cool.
That's who I ultimately would have always wanted to do a song with, and we was able to do that a few years back. So yeah, that's definitely on my YouTube channel. Song's called State to State.
All right, cool. Let's see. All right, obviously, okay, so outside of your music, outside of dropping your stuff onto YouTube, in a roundabout way, what do you do for what do you do on your free time?
Man, I'm a single father. Um, so I pretty much have my kids all the time. Um, Other than, different times and stuff when I got to travel to do stuff, my grandmother might watch them for a couple days for me when I'm, out doing the stuff, music stuff and things like that. But other than that, man, I'm pretty much always around home with my kids.
All right, cool.
But I enjoy doing stuff with them. That's just pretty much where I'm at with it now. I used to party and do a lot of other stuff, but I'm about I'm almost 4 years to where I haven't even drank alcohol.
All right, cool. Yeah, that's always good. I actually have a friend who's I'll say he's been clean for a while now. I'm not sure how long, but I try to
Yeah,
support him. He's got a girl of his own, supporting him and his family and friends and shit. So, I know what it's like to have to, like, I don't personally know what it's like to be like a recovering addict from anything, but I have friends that are recovering addicts, and
yeah.
so okay. Honestly, I'll ask you this. Um, how to okay if you were given the opportunity at any time for your channel, um because I've seen your channel, I've checked your music, and you don't seem like a guy that does interviews, but if you could do an interview with another rap artist, be them underground or mainstream or in the middle, if you could get an interview with anybody, who would you want to interview?
Man. Um, Interview. Man, me and my buddy talked about this, man. It would have to be Jay-Z, man, because just due to the fact of what he's accomplished, from, we all do this out of a passion and we wanted to go. But from a business standpoint, ultimately you get on top of things when you get on top of the business. Um, just somebody who would want to pick their brain, man, and gain something from, just transfer of knowledge. It would have to be him.
All right, cool. Like, it's not all, like, honestly, I've had a lot of people sit there and give me like a generic answer, especially because most of the guys I interview are all juggalos that give me like a generic answer.
Yeah,
But you definitely gave me a different. That's definitely something different. That's only, and that's mainly because you're the first non-juggalo artist, other than Mr. Licks, that I have actually interviewed that has given me an answer outside of, or I interviewed like Violent J, or I interviewed this guy,
yeah,
and it's like it's kind of nice to be able to hear something a little bit different, someone outside of psychopathic, outside of the juggalo community. That's definitely interesting. I
yeah.
I actually enjoyed getting a much different answer. Okay. I don't know. Okay. Like okay. I'm not trying. I'm uh chaotic. I really should have I'm probably after this interview, definitely, if I'm interviewing anybody who's not Juggalo related, I'm gonna have to start jotting down questions I can ask outside of Juggalo stuff. Cause
It's all good, man. The thing that brought us together probably was me shouting the Juggalos out on that song. And whenever I do a show that's kind of got a lot of Juggalos, there, man, I still make it a point to do that song and stuff like that. The thing about that video was here in Indianapolis, like when CDs still sold a little more, my top selling record store number one was Karma Records here in Indianapolis, which is just a CD store that everybody knows. But then my second selling shop for my CDs was that Juggalo shop that you saw us in the video. Karma's all the way on the east side of town, and then it was called Pimp Lights at the time. That was all the way on the west side. And I would sell the most CDs at Karma East, but second was always that Juggalo shop. And whenever I would open up for a show, I did some big ones. 4 years ago, I opened for Tech Nine here in Indianapolis, and man, all of them that I would see at that shop, man, they were always there for them shows. So I mean, yeah, definitely grateful for them, man, and how they've supported me.
oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I can't. I'm not gonna. Well, I'm gonna. Yeah, I can. I can speak for a lot of. I can speak for a lot of Juggalos that when it comes to artists that are coming up from like the underground or they stay underground. You're like Juggalos. We do like a lot of the underground artists because
Yeah.
a lot of underground artists don't really want to go mainstream because they do a lot better in the underground than they do on the mainstream. Because mainstream record labels, all they want to do is change an artist's image.
Yeah, and some guys are really good being independent, or really were made for the underground or to be an independent. The thing about it is you find your niche and who relates to you, and man, you just feed that, and yeah, the underground can be a beautiful thing, man. Yeah, it's what you make of it, man.
Right. I mean, because like if you I'll ask you this. Like, if you were able to get the money up and be able to start your own underground label, would there be any particular artists that that are underground that you would want to sign onto your label? I mean, they can even be local dudes that like you said, you like to keep it local. So
yeah, that's another tough question, man. I'm sure there would be, man. It just depends, man. There's so many artists here from Indianapolis, man. Young dude that I want to see get back into it is a dude by the name of Lake Lee. I talked to him a few days ago. He'd definitely be somebody. It's a lot of artists, man. That's a tough one. I definitely, let's say Lake Lee.
All right, cool. Let's see. I've just about blown through. All right, you look like Okay, I'll just for every dude that I interview, I always try to reword certain questions so that way it doesn't sound like I'm saying it the same way generically over and over and over again. Like for example, like I have a question here. It's like most guys, there's a lot of people out there that watch movies, and honestly, when I see somebody, I honestly think, all right, this guy, he looks like a movie guy, and and then I ask you, like, what kind of genres of movies do you like not listening? That sounded stupid. what kind of movies do you like to watch? I mean, like you like horror, sci-fi, action, comedy. There's a lot of genres out there, but if you are, I mean, I'm pretty sure you watch movies. Everybody watches them. But what kind of movies do you like to watch?
Um, I like it, every kind of movie. But now, like when I'm sitting around and it's just me and I turn something on Netflix, and I watch a lot of documentaries. I watch a lot of sports bios and different bios on different people and stuff like that. I like watching movies about Alaska and shit like that, certain places that I want to go. But I like comedy movies, you know what I mean? Just something to make me laugh and shit like that. I like the horror films and the action films and everything like that, okay. But as far as what I watch most regularly, it'll be like sports bios, 30 for 30s, and documentary movies, different shit.
Right. I'm done. Just I ain't got any more fucking questions written down. I don't know why I keep looking at these pieces of paper like there's gonna be a question that just pops up out of thin air. Honestly, I think 27 minutes. Actually, I've done a lot of short reviews. So not reviews, interviews. So I'll probably cut this off here, and hopefully, if I promote this channel a little bit more, others will see this review. I'll actually promote this channel on my main channel, which is my Chaos Clown Joker channel, later tonight during my my live stream. And I'd like to say thank you for letting me do this interview. I'd also like to thank my my fiance Venus, or I don't really do real life name drops during videos and stuff. Like kind of like a safety thing. You don't want people trying to search this person up by name.
Yeah, for sure.
But my fiance goes by Venus. His Juggalos, and that's her channel. She does like reviews and vlogs and stuff. But I'm definitely gonna promote the fuck out of this channel later on. But yeah, I'd like to thank you for taking the time out and let me do this interview with you. I'm pretty sure by the time that I get this promoted, a lot more people will be seeing this. I'm pretty sure there are going to be people that actually stumble upon this channel and see this interview. So only time will tell.
Yeah. But, I appreciate you even putting me out there, man. And I'm gonna share the interview for you. And man, hopefully your page just keeps on growing and growing and growing, man. And I'll remember you anytime I come back. Man. Hey, for everybody that does watch, just make sure you go look me up, Chucky Workclothes on the YouTube.
Okay. All right, yeah. Well, you heard it from him. I'm Virus, aka Chaos Clown Joker, and this is my channel, Infected Interviews. And this was the interview with Chucky Workclothes. Make sure you check his channel out. Like he said, it's Chucky Workclothes. Make sure you subscribe to his channel. Make sure you hit that notification bell to make sure that you know when this dude drops new tracks, new videos. And I'll see y'all around for my next interview.